Yeah, way in 2017. Thank you very much, Mythbuster. Can we get some Woody hearts in the chat, please? Guys, I got some hype! Thank you for the $25, really appreciate it. We came a long ass way this year. Let's introduce the players, we'll talk about that a bit. Top left hand side, our red Terran player from Cascade is Cass. And this is our final series of the night from Group B. We'll see if we do Group C. We'll see. I'm really on the fence right now. So the bottom right hand side, our Blue Zerg player from Prophecy Esports is Reynor. Game 1 of this best of 3. So yeah, I mean, 2017 was really crazy for me. Like, it was really crazy. So especially in like the second half of the year. Oh my god, that was like the shortest lived 2k plus health bit boss of the world. Papa Mitch of the tier 2500 says Group C hype. Okay. Well, I guess like $25 back to back. We can't really argue about casting more, can we? You guys want us to cast more? Okay, okay. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Hey, one more sub and we're free 25 subs. And then it's like $25, 2,500 bits and 25 subs past 300. All 25s. Okay, I'll stop baiting you guys. No, but yeah, this year was kind of crazy. Like, if you really think about it, like, I really went into this year like, holy shit, this is going to be my year. I'm going to stream a shit ton. Everything's kind of going well leading up to it. And we had a fucking killer January. Like, in January, we had, we hit 200 subs for the first time in the first couple of weeks with the OSC Championship. Everything was good. We were having a good time. February dropped off a little bit. It was like, okay, no worries. Then March, I had a really shitty month, and I had some real-life stuff going down, and March was just really terrible for us on the stream, and that really affected me going into April as well, where I really did just, like, I just didn't have a good month in April either. Like, it was really quite terrible. Like, just because I was kind of down about how bad March had gone after January had gone so good. And then it was May, and May, like, holy shit, like, May turned around. We had crazy donations, we had crazy bits, we streamed a fucking shit ton again, so we brought you guys a crap ton of content. And I was all happy because we were working so much, and then June happened, and June was going good, and then I was like, oh shit, and I had visa issues. It's like good and bad, because then I had like, obviously it wasn't going to live up to May, but then we didn't have a lot to cast, then I had to sort out my visa, which was awesome because it meant I was going to cast IEM Shanghai, but I had to also sort my visa, so then we didn't stream a bunch, then I went away for a bunch, and I just didn't stream at all in July. And then since July, we really kicked it off again. August, September, we really did kind of kick it up a notch again. This past month or two has been awesome as well, so, 2017, we came a long-ass way. We, really kind of grew the stream. We came a long way. I learned a lot, I think, about how to manage the stream. We ran a shit ton more events than usual as well. And so, overall, what I kind of learned is that, really, the year was up and down, full of ups and downs, but I learned a lot about the downs and how to make them not happen again, and how to make sure that we're always streaming, that we don't take too long a break and destroy the sub count 3 times throughout the year, and how we don't, how to make sure we don't run out of events, that we can run stuff ourselves and get support for it and stuff like this, and that you guys will support us if we run events and stuff like that. So I think 2018 could be our year. Wow, did that really take me 5 minutes to say? Yes, Mythbuster. Get ready for the year of Wardy. I'm here. I agree. Yeah, I am actually writing a bit of a blog about this right now, guys. So that'll be up in the next week or so. How the hell do I remember all of this? You might not have realized, but this whole streaming thing is quite literally in my life. Like, you might not realize it, but this is kind of what I do day in and day out. Like, if my stream goes badly, then I kind of remember it. If we have a fucking awesome month on stream, I kind of remember it. I remember a lot. I can pretty much tell you guys what events we did in like August, July, February, March, like this sort of stuff. I can remember most of the year because, I mean, again, I put my life into this and make sure to remember the ups and downs and stuff like that. Anyways, let's do this. As we see a link coming in, you can see some Hellions. Obviously clean that up. A little bit of a Hellion Cyclone attack down the right side with Hellbats dropping into the main base. Multi-pronged aggression here from Cass as we kick this off. Well, I mean, Helling's into was the main already. Across the right-hand side, those Balins connect, though. What a cleanup that is, as Reynor seems as though he is going to be able to clean this up nice and quickly. Those things. Ooh, Hellbat's dropping on top of the drones, but they're not going to get the kills. Maybe now. Oh my god, he's just not quite on top One more Hellbat in the medevac will maybe still do a bit more. Oh my god, the drones! No, he hits the Zerglings. How? Oh my god. What's even going on? Wow, okay, well that's going to be that as Reynor just about manages to defend. Just needs to get rid of this one last Hellbat, but holy crap. This could have been so much worse. Like, those drones were stacked up so often. That was crazy to see that cream pushing away over the right-hand side. And that will finally be cleaned up. Alright, just a couple of things then before we really do focus on this game. What's up, Stevens83 coming in for the $5 donation and saying Group C for free? No way! Thank you so much for the $5. Okay, you know, that's also a way to motivate me to do Group C. You know, a couple more donations. I'm not going to argue. And thank you very much, Andy Man, for the Cheer 100, saying I think it's the decade of Wardy. Well, I mean, you know, I didn't really do much throughout 2010 to 20. I mean, I went to university. Yeah, I went to university. I mean, that was kind of cool, but I don't think that necessarily makes it my decade. You know. Thank you for the Cheer 100, though, and again, Stevens83 for the $5 donation. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the love. Well, you're going to see those few links building back away to the left-hand side. And we are going to be seeing a couple of bits and pieces coming up. A stim pack on this barracks. You're going to see some reactors on these racks as well. Marines on the way out. It's going to be a bio follow-up here for Cass off of this kind of Cyclone and Hellbat aggression. Northeus says tipped $1 already through Gorkbox. Awesome. Sorry, the one thing that I have an issue with in Gorkbox is it's actually kind of difficult to keep track of when people donate with it. But Northeus, you have indeed tipped $1.10. Let's get some love in the chat for Northeus as well. As Lings run in. Ah! This is a bit of a weird fight. Marines and tank going to go down. Okay, he's going to get some kills there. And he backs away. Thank you, Northeus, for the Gorkbox. It's kind of weird because it's hard for me to check the Gorkbox all the time. But I do see it does go a long way, so thank you. If you guys have heard about Gorkbox before, well, today is kind of fresh on Gorkbox because they've just announced kind of desktop-based deals. So if you want to check it out on your desktop, you can do some things like following Gorkbox on Twitter and stuff like that. Actually tips the stream. Anyways, Hellbat, sorry, not Hellbat, Hydralisks and Banelings going to start pushing in towards this third base. We're going to be seeing this aggression continuing on through here. But those Marines get rid of the Banes pretty quick, and, well, with a tank in the background, those Hydras are not going to last too much longer either. Can reinforcements do this for Reynor? I don't think so. I think Cass has enough coming through here to help out. 1-1 against just +1 as well, and it's only on the Hydras the +1. There's no +1 carapace or anything, so that definitely goes a long way, and even the siege tank surviving a lot longer than it should. Cass is going to push Reynor away, and that's going to be a nice little pick-off here. Just a bunch of Hydras going down, and actually even going to chase a few more of these Hydras, and might be able to grab another kill or so if he stims after them. A little bit of back and forth as you're going to see some Lings will actually turn this around. Those few Marines that did chase forwards are going to start getting picked away at, and now more Marines chase this back. A little bit of back and forth here, and really kind of living up to that phrase. As you do see 7 workers going down to a little bit of a Bane drop, or Bane run by, up in towards that natural expansion. So 7 SCVs lost, and Reynor looking to keep on the forefront of aggression. More Lings and Hydras in the production tab as we speak, with the Hive coming through as well. Setting up into this game 1 mid-game now. Really getting into quite a solid position though for either side. I mean, Cass has 2-2 on the way up. His tank count is building. He's traded well here so far, and yeah, looking good. Roll by, says Dina Daniel in the chat. I guess it was a roll by. And those Banes have that centrifugal hooks already. You see the Lings and Hydras going to jump themselves onto this set of rocks here. Start working their way through it and give access onto the map. Sensor tower starts up from Cass as he gets ready to protect a fourth base, which is actually an orbital. I mean, that's a bit greedier than usual. Usually you see this kind of like, fourth base being a planetary because it does just help you to defend. But if you do get away from being orbital, then hey, an extra mule every now and then for you. It makes it a lot rougher against, especially Ling run bys. You know, Bane run bys don't really change things. They're looking to hit mineral lines anyways. The Ling run bys are generally well defended by a planetary fortress because the SCVs, have protection already. An orbital obviously doesn't have the same effect because you have to move units to defend that. Against Banes, I mean, you just have to pull your workers away until units come, so it's a very different way of setting up here. As we are going to be seeing the Marines stimming away, Lings going down. Hydras here are going to be fighting away, a couple more Marines going down, and more of these units of Reynor just gathering up towards the upper left-hand side. 2-2 upgrades coming through right now from Cass. They're going to be finishing shortly. He lost a few workers to this, but generally good positioning to get back in time and to defend against that. Well, these Hydras are going to pull away over to the left side here again. As you're going to see, I guess these rocks will be one of the targets in the next few moments. Meanwhile, the Ultralis Cavern here from Reynor is going to get finished up and get ready to go. As you do see this little bit of a Baneling drop setting up. I'll be dropping off in towards this natural expansion in the next few moments. So, I'll be dropping off this set of Banes and just some more damage being done. SCVs continue to get picked away at throughout this game right now. He's going to be seeing, well, he's going to grab himself a couple more workers. That's 5 in total. And now this Hydra force pulling back into the center of the map once again. 4 Ultras on the way up then, so that switch from Lingbane Hydra into the Ultralist, not really a switch, but an addition of the Ultras here, definitely goes a long way to helping out. Adrenal Glands is on the way up, +2 Carapace, the Chitin is plating as well, all of these coming through here, the Sensor Tower as well, just next to this orbital on the 4th base. I'm just going to be seeing Lings, Hydras gathering together again, a whole bunch more Banes are morphing in, and a few more Cryptumers coming on down. It's going to be a drop in the natural expansion though as Cass starts to do some real damage. I mean, this is a triple medevac. It does not mess around. The Ultras pop a few seconds too late. He might even kill an Ultralisk here. So many Marines and the Ultras just choked up. He lifts and he leaves and gets out with 1 medevac a unit. 1 medevac died in that as well. But still not bad. One of the big things for Cass though is look at all this creep spread on the map. So many creep tumors all over the place here. And that's creep spread which Cass really needs to try and get rid of at some stage of this, otherwise he's going to have a real tough time. Those Marines unloading down the bottom left and getting ready to clean that creep then. And again, I mean, any direction you clean creep in would be nice, but the real issue is these full energy queens can just put down and replace creep tumors so easily. And these medevacs really not in a place to drop once again, right? Because they're so low on health, it's very hard to justify it. As we're going to be seeing Ling, Bane, Hydra, Ultra setting up here towards the top side. Meanwhile, the extra starports coming down, the Fusion Core, Ghost Academy, everything we need from Cass to go into a later stage here. I love this. The medevacs get targeted by the Queens, and these Marines obviously will not really be able to do much at all. The Queens will transfuse each other. I mean, even a creep tumor being killed doesn't matter in this scenario, because the Queens are here to replace them so easily, and that's going to be an easy cleanup. So the entirety of that drop gets cleaned up eventually, but it still did a lot in the natural a few moments ago, so not the end of the world. It's Cass, a little bit unfortunate with what he tried to do as a follow-up there. And there's Queen's been in a position to take advantage of it. A Viper on the way up now as well. Obviously, Reynor wants to improve his composition towards the next stage. Aspirers also will allow him to go in towards that set of Corruptors. It's all about starting to deal with the Liberators in general now. And obviously, Corruptors are a good way to fight them down. Vipers are a good way to get them out of position. Here's the creeps now coming up to the top side, where it looks as though we're going to see even more creep spread being placed on down. And he's going to stem once again. Those units trying to split up. Reynor getting ready to push in towards this army. Meanwhile, back at home, he's got the +2 missiles about to finish his final upgrade on the Carapace. Coming in shortly too. Nice stim forward from Cass, grabs 1 Queen nice and quick, and just pulls these units forwards, although tanks aren't siege just yet, neither of the Liberators. Cass going into a real late game scenario here in this Bio versus Zerg matchup. 5th base is getting ready to reposition for him as well. So that comes down to the low ground. Obviously, it's the 5 bases he'll look to hold for the next 5 or 6 minutes, probably. Hopefully, by then, he's found himself a way to push out towards this base, or maybe even this base somewhat securely, because 5 bases for now is fine. But eventually, you do need more than this, especially if the Zerg will start to expand beyond his own 5 bases. And that's the great thing about Abyssal Reef. It encourages these later game scenarios because you can get up to this number of bases very easily. Nice snipe on a Viper. That's an instant kill. The Viper does nothing at all. Another snipe, and it doesn't get cancelled. 2 Vipers down, but a big counterattack of Hydras to the left-hand side. Depot's going down very quickly here. We're going to see a few ghosts turning around and throwing down a couple of snipes. Some Hydras getting picked away at. Marines are going to stim on over in response to this. Those Hydras getting picked away at very quickly here, actually. So a lot of these Hydras going down. Just a pure Marine. I mean, they melt with nothing in front of them, nothing to back them up. Marines do a very good job, and so Reynor loses a lot, but he killed a bunch of depots, which will slow down Cass's reinforcements for a few minutes here. Or at least for about a minute, as those depots rebuild. Meanwhile, Corruptors, Vipers on the way up. Reynor stays close to max out. He still has a bunch of money in the bank. Cass does as well, but not too much gas to play with, I suppose. He has these extra gases he can take on the 5th base and 4th base, which he hasn't done so far. And that obviously will be one of the ways in which he increases their Gauss count. Extra hatches can continue to come on down through the south side. scan to the right. We'll get rid of another couple of troop tumors once again. Ultras, Queens, Hydra's setting up as well as a few lingers on these rocks. In a moment or two, while not much is happening. Kind of with love in the chat, did Reynor qualify for IEM? He did not, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't even allowed to play in the qualifier. It was actually Hiramuri who qualified through the Italian-based qualifier, representing Italy, as he's actually got an Italian citizenship, which no one seemed to know about until this IEM qualifier, funnily enough. Didn't use it in WSG or anything. Anyways, we're going to see these Corruptors pushing those Liberators back. A snipe comes down, and one Corruptor takes quite a shot there, and another couple of shots coming down too. Whoa, Cass, that's not good. Some bio running through this army from the south. Well, for now, the rest of the snipes coming down will be good enough to push this away, but a little bit of a miscontrol there, a bit of a missed rally. You can't afford to trade like that every single time. I mean, a mistake like that once is recoverable with this bank. You can make it work. Make that mistake twice, 3 times, you're going to start running out of your bank very quickly, not trade efficiently enough, and that's when you get into a little bit of issue. Abducts forwards, and we are going to be seeing those Liberators just absolutely annihilated, actually. Although now there's ghosts coming through, and actually a lot of snipes on Broodlords. A bunch of those going down. There's a couple more snipes still active, and he is going to get rid of a good chunk of these Broodlords here. I mean, that's what, so far already? About, actually only 4. I thought it was a couple more. I guess some transfusions were coming down as those snipes continued to land. And still a good cast, able to push this back. Maybe missing a medevac or 2. Ah, well, there we go. 2 medevacs arrive just to get this army back up on full health, you know. Obviously, at this stage of the game, it's hard to kind of balance it correctly because you're always kind of like, oh god, I need so many Liberators, and keep rebuilding Liberators. As you lose a couple of medevacs, important to replace those as well. You could even drop around the map with them. You know, Reynor right now is very focused on the top side. One of the ways that Cass can give himself breathing room is a couple of medevacs down this side, hit this hatchery. Because Reynor needs this 6 base just as much as Cass needs this 6 base as well. And that would kind of create an opportunity in 2 ways for Cass, right? First of all, he denies that base, or he pulls Reynor away and gives himself a moment or 2 to push through this top side, clean up creep, and again, make that move towards that next base of his, which eventually he will have a requirement for. 2 medevacs down the left side. We'll be setting up in just a few moments. So they're coming down the left and I guess through the south to maybe come in towards this, I guess this position here, drop in behind this mineral line or so. Right now a couple of snipes continue to come down, a Broodlord. Chased away, those Broodlords don't really do too much. A scan. Has to be careful here, Cass, because there is Overseers with the army. The Ghosts are not invincible. Snipes getting rid of an Ultra. It's an Abduct, although the Bane's going off on the Ghost is not really ideal, considering it is in amongst the entire rest of the army, right? Still not bad. It's a Ghost kill, and a Ghost kill is a Ghost kill. As these medevacs, they bypass this base here, which just now starts mining. Meanwhile, a drop on the right side as well, so actually, we're really going to start doing some damage with this. This Queen goes down. The Bane connects in there. As actually these Marines are just going to go into every base he can at the moment. Oh man, it kills a Greater Spire. Will just slow down, not just further Broodlord production, but actually just straight up further Corruptor production, because there's not another Spire on the map right now. So this Greater Spire is going to drop goodbye. And now a few more drones going down as well. The Ultra Cavern too. I mean, there's a double Spire building up in return, but wow, what a snipe. A Greater Spire and Ultra Cavern. 2 very important structures here that will really slow down reproduction of the Zerg. In fact, if Cass takes a fight here, what does the Zerg rebuild? Can't rebuild Ultras just yet. Can't rebuild Corruptors. I guess just Bane Hydra. Not ideal though. On the plus side, it doesn't take an Ultra Cavern as long to rebuild as the Spires do. Obviously, the Spires can come up as... Oh, nice snipes, though. Look at this. That's 3 Infestors down already. Tankers of Siege in the front here. Oh, my God. Well, the Infestors just disappear. A couple of Fungals are huge. But is it enough? I don't really like this for Reynor. I don't think it's good enough. There's going to see more snipes coming forwards. I mean, there's still a Parasitic Bomb, which is going off on a couple of libs. I felt this was great for Cass. And again, just for the moment, it's a lot of Lings and Hydras in reproduction rather than other higher tech units that may really be necessary in this sort of setup. CC coming down out in front here. Cass now finally thinking about the next base for himself. I mean, okay, right now it's okay because he still has his 3rd base minerals. He still has the 4th and 5th, more or less. And he does really need to think about this base now, and he is starting to move in towards it. That last fight, the snipes with the, you know, on the Greater Spire, etc., and just in general, kind of last few moments has definitely made, I think, Reynor reconsider the aggressive position he was posturing in for the last 3 or 4 minutes. And so now it does give Cass that chance to get up there. A scan to clean out those burrowed Zerglings, but still nice to force the scan, rather than just letting Cass do whatever he wants with that at a later stage. I mean, for 4 or 5 Zerglings, the scan is always a worthwhile pick-off. This is nice, though. He's going to deny the space. Cass just out of position from the run-by, so he will not stop his opponent from being in location over here. That's a lot of Liberators. You're going to see the Parasitic Bomb starts hitting. I mean, it really chunks away at those libs nowadays. We're going to see a lot of snipes, though. I mean, there's so many snipes available. Remember, the Infestors went down in that previous fight, and they were going to be one of the big things to basically cancel those snipes by hitting the fungal growths all over the army. And Cass right now is monster moding his way through this. Snipe after snipe, Broodlords are all gone. No Great Aspire back in play just yet. Mutalisks are being made. I don't think that's really the answer against this many Ghosts. I mean, the Lings are on the way up, but there isn't any Banelings. And we're going to see those Liberators continue to push forward to protect these Ghosts on the ground. Ghosts going to pick their way through a couple more of these drones, and the Ghosts so far have really been MVPs of this game. 8 kills, 7 kills, 8 kills again as I just clicked my way through a few of them. They've done a lot here. We're going to see these Hydras continue to drop, though. More snipes coming down as we actually just straight up see Corruptors to the left side being picked away at. I mean, the Corruptors are a big part of getting rid of the Liberators, which will help against Hydras and Ultras on the ground massively. So getting rid of those is a big play, as it looks as though Cass is just brute forcing his way down through the 4th base of Reynor. And as this 4th base falls, Cass is still in prime position to push forwards, hit the 5th base perhaps. Well, Reynor's had enough. He's going to jump on this army, and here we go. Some Banes crash on in, but I don't think it's enough. The Liberators at a distance are doing so much here. Snipes are going to annihilate these Ultras. There's no Queens of Transfusions apart from this one single one in the back, and that goes down to Liberators now. The Corruptors will be going down, and it's GG from Reynor. Cass will take game number 1 of this best of 3. And he is going to go 1-0 up. Showtime, Namshar, Clem, and Strange going to be our entertainment to continue into the night and bring you guys even more StarCraft 2 action. Right now, up 1-0, our red Terran player to the bottom left-hand side is from Cascade. It's Cass. And to the upper right-hand side, our blue Zerg player from Prophecy Esports is Reynor. Red, you receive replay packs as a subscriber in your Twitch inbox. Canada with love. If you were already subscribed and when the last replay pack went out when the last replay pack went out like 4 or 5 days ago, then if you basically go to like the top right of Twitch and then you have like, it has like your little name, you click the drop down and you can go to messages. Or on the left hand side of the website, if you scroll to the bottom, you can also get, oh no, that isn't there anymore. Oh. Okay, then top right, you click on your name, and basically you go down to messages. That's your Twitch inbox, and that's where you will find yourself the that's where you'll find yourself the sub replay pack. If you join the Discord, they will be in the Discord as well from now on also. So that's another way in which you guys can get a hold of the replay packs and get hold of past ones or ones you may have missed if your sub dropped when we got them sent out and stuff like that. Zelane89 coming in for the Twitch Prime sub. Group C equals free Prime sub. Well, thank you very much for subscribing. Some more Wardy hearts in the chat, people. Let's see all the love going out. Let's see some hype. Let's see some love. The subs train is like insane today. We're like up 14 new subs. It's really kind of ridiculous. Welcome everybody. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for being here, supporting, for the sub gifts and all the rest of it. I really do appreciate the support as we kick off into this game number 2, the best of 3. Only 14 subs away from a new sub emote slot, by the way, guys. Pretty funky. I was just going to see these feelings moving over and ready to go. So feelings going to pop on up, and they are just going to be running in towards this Marine and a few SCVs. SCVs will try and fight it here. The Marine got up to the high ground. Reynor's going to get 1 SCV, 2 SCVs right away. Cass just going into a super fast free CC, by the way, off of just 1 gas, but never built in the factory. So he didn't wall off. So this thing's going to be jumping back down on towards the natural. So interesting stuff. A couple of Marines still up here on this ramp, and we're going to see drones going to move out. A third hatch is going to get thrown down as well in the next few moments. So third hatch will get thrown down. This SCV also going to get picked off here as those Marines still moving forwards and picking away at those Zerglings a couple at a time. Bunker now going to come down at the front as well. And okay, he will be able to finally push those Lings back. But a nice startup from Reynor. Ring speed coming up for him. We'll see what happens next. I mean, for now, looking fairly standard. Drone in third hatchery. Looking to kind of set up into the later stages of this game. I saw if these initial lings that didn't ever have to really do much with a Reaper. There's a few lings coming over. You can see what they can maybe do. Roach Warren's on the way up. About halfway done here already. Just getting that ready to roll, and we do see this hatch is about halfway done as well. So the Roach Warren, I mean, really could become aggressive here. I mean, it's not like a super fast Roach Warren, but he has lava that he's not spending. He's got gas in the bank. And there it is, 7 roaches start up. So it it starts to look as though it's becoming a roach kind of attack. Kind of the longer that this goes on. There's a scan on this hatchery though, and that's a great scout for Cass, who instantly starts up 2 new bunkers, a siege tank as well. Well, Reynor is not going to have the best of times now, is he? He's in a bit of a tough spot. He's committing into an attack. Got scanned, got figured out a little bit, and now he is start making a bunch more units. A Ravager starts up, Creep's still pushing forwards. And more of these roaches pushing over the map. Let's see what happens here as a few lings just sat down towards the lower left as well. Marines jumping into bunkers, etc. 12 Zerglings continue to come out once again. And it's going to be getting set and rolling, and it's going to be seeing Reynor with another Ravager on the way up. Can really push into that. I mean, he's going to have to try for this, right? Here we go. There isn't a completed wall, in fairness, so the Lings will get a full surround, and he's going to get on towards the siege tanks here. I mean, the first bunker goes down, 1 tank down. I think one of the biggest things is that the tanks were not firing on the Roaches and Ravagers, but rather firing onto the Zerglings, and hence friendly firing as well a little bit. Now 2 of the 3 bunkers are down. There's still a couple units from Reynor. SCVs are dropping. This bunker's out of range of this fight. Lings are going to come in and reinforce. There's more SCVs going down, and I guess now a couple corrosive biles are going to connect. SCVs going down with it. There isn't the repair needed. And even with triple bunker, the lack of a full wall off is looking to be just a bit of a detriment to Cass. The Lings getting on top of the tanks obviously turns this around very quickly and puts it into much more of an awkward situation. More Lings coming over. I mean, Cass going into Stim +1. Oh, and the depot isn't even raised up here, and so the Lings going to get up onto this tank as well. I mean, that's just going to be another dead tank, and just before it gets rid of the Ravagers too. GG. Wow, Reynor really was not in a great position from this. I really felt that this was Cass with a good read, a good setup. I mean, even if he just repaired like the bunker a little bit more on the top side, maybe he holds on well enough having triple CC set up. Nice and easily. Or will we have some kind of weird tiebreaker situation? To the bottom right hand side, our red Terran player from Cascade. It is Cass. And to the top left-hand side, our blue Zerg from Prophecy Esports. Give it up if you're cheering on Reynor. He didn't want to see Group C, he just wanted me to eat deliciously healthy crisps for dinner. God damn it, Darks the Void. God damn it. It's not cool, yo. Making me eat crisps so you don't even want to see the games. What am I even meant to say about that? We will be doing Group C, guys. We'll be doing some matches from Showtime, Namshaw, Clem, and Strange is our Group C set of matches. Some pretty interesting players. Should be some pretty cool games. If you guys want to check that out further, it'll be coming up next. The Distractor comes down here to the top side. Just going to be seeing the set up a few drones getting rolling, and we are going to see the hatch gas pool opening then just being established. We'll wait to see what exactly Cass wants to get up to here in game number 3. We had a really long first game and then a nice quick one for game 2, but I honestly in TVZ and games like what we saw in game 1, I kind of like the longer ones. You know, sometimes super long games can be cool, but sometimes they can kind of be dull as well, you know, when it's like nothing's happening, no one's attacking, they're just waiting and waiting. That first game we had was a really cool kind of example of a longer Starcraft game. It was a nice one to see. Superior Hands in the chat is drunk as tits. You know what the best thing to do is when you're drunk as tits? It's to subscribe to the channel, because when you wake up and you have that feeling of, oh shit, what did I do last night? And you can't remember, then you log on Twitch and you realize that you're now a Wardy sub. Dude, it makes the hangover so much better. What can I say? It's like the perfect hangover cure. It just clicks, you realize like how awesome your life is. Man, I'm joking. Well, thanks for dropping in while you're drunk as tits. As we do see a couple of queens on the way up, Link speed coming through, and a few Lings on the way out to push across the map perhaps, because again, this wasn't really a Reaper opening, right? As a reactor expand, and so the Lings don't have to do a lot on this side. Generally, they're here to defend the Reaper, but Reaper is not coming, and as the Overlord confirms its Marines, he could move out with those Lings if he would like to, and that's exactly what he's going to start going. How about you don't get so drunk you can't remember what you got up to? Self-control is a wonderful thing. Because then how do you drunkenly subscribe to the channel? Superior Hands, thank you for subscribing. God damn it, now I feel bad. Now do I get like, now do I get in trouble for like abusing his state? I'm sorry. Thank you for the sub though, I appreciate it. See some warty hearts in the chat. I promise you, when you wake up, it'll be a happy memory. Some Lings coming over, Ling speed coming through, and extra Lings on the way out. So Reynor looking to get aggressive against what? I mean, Hellions on the way, so a flood of Lings shouldn't be able to do too much. Overlord does get picked off here. We're just going to be seeing these Marines and Hellions still just gathering up together. Against what is going to be a lot of Lings coming over. Reynor cutting drones to do this. He lost an Overlord as well, so now supply blocks, so he can't reinforce very easily. So it's just these Lings, but it also means his next round of drones is even further delayed. And that would be a little bit of a shame. A few Hellions pulling over to the side, and we are going to be seeing those Lings still just gathering up. Not going to do much yet. Maybe waiting for the Hellions to commit further across the map. Armory on the way up. So Cass is going towards in some kind of hellbat attack here. Those Lings, there's quite a few of them. I mean, it's not loads and loads, 20-ish. If he moves across the map and those Lings hit this mineral line, I mean, this could just straight up be deadly, right? Across the map, we see a Rotor and Evo Chambers building to wall off the natural. Third hatch about to finish. And there it is, the commitment from Cass as he gets ready to go into this Hellbat Marine attack. Oh man, though, those Lings, as soon as Reynor realizes those units are over there, or as soon as he knows they're far enough away that they're not going to turn around, well, here we go. He's going to get straight in, and Cass, he has not lifted the wall. And immediately, oh, he doesn't lift the second wall either, so now SCVs are going to go down the main base too. I think from this situation, I mean, losing the third hatch is never great, but I think it's a lot more justifiable than usual if you do kill off so many of these workers. And look at this, 17 workers and counting right now, as this main base is still being ransacked, pushing forwards while there's queens behind a completed wall of roaches on the way. I don't really see this attack doing enough damage to justify how much has been done over here. Cass doesn't even try it. He just types out GG. And that's going to be Reynor taking the third game, and he does.